Hello, welcome to In the Pit podcast. I'm your host, Ballard Mattingly, joined by your other host,
Chauncey Brochu.
Yeah, two greasy boys in their basement of the houses.
Hey, I'm not in the basement and I'm not in a house, so get it right. I'm in a condo on the top floor in a terrible, terrible place.
Alright, run by one greasy boy and another less greasy boy.
We'll let them figure out who's the greasier of the two.
It's only fair.
Yeah, we'll leave it to their imagination. Let them have a little bit of fun, you know?
Hell yeah.
What is this, like our 8,000th take? Oh, God. We had such a long trouble with trying to even get this thing started. Like, first finding the time where we're both actually online and, have something brewing and nobody's, nothing going on in the house.
Well,
so it could be silent.
All three of us, but the third could not make it today.
Yeah. We did it with Harrietta, but, he wasn't... the file got corrupted, right?
Yeah, the audio wouldn't play.
Awful.
The main part of this, the audio wouldn't play.
That's the literal podcast.
Well, so here it is. This will be the first episode that gets released.
Time to get thrown out of YouTube.
Hell yeah, dude! Let's do it. I've always.
Right, so let's get the edge going.
How can we be edgy to the audience today?
Death Grips is the best band of the decade.
Alright, it's gotten right off the bat.
Hitting it with a grand slam. Oh my god. I like Death Grips, but too soon to call decade.
Bad boys who listen to Death Grips need to be educated and turned into girls.
I mean, that's a hot take. I like hot takes. I don't know if I should have my genitalia cut off because I like Death Grips, though.
Oh, yes. I think that's a good idea, actually.
So you want to talk about how twisted Death Grips is? We can go into Year of the Snitch and all that other fantastic.
Well, that's okay. I don't actually listen to Death Grips. I don't know any of their music.
I'll show you one day when you're into a little bit of experimental. You definitely don't want this to be your first experimental band.
What? Yeah, I thought that
Trio.
Nine Inch Nails was my first experimental band.
Me. You do you.
Watch your back. I do me. I don't care what you say.
Alright, time to go kill Aldrich. This guy is annoying. So, let's give a little bit of an intro to ourselves. We shot the shit for a couple seconds, said some stupid stuff.
Well, that's it. That's the end of the podcast. 3 minutes in, we're done.
Alright, fantastic.
Ran out of pot.
Collect that YouTube ad revenue, my son.
Hell yeah, dude.
Jokes aside, the reason why we made this podcast wasn't to become like internet famous or to become like some kind of idols or anything. It's more of like a kind of us. Yeah, it's kind of just. Well, I mean, I'm speaking for us. I thought you. All right, whatever. We want to become internet famous. For me, at least, it's about documenting and kind of putting out there who I am as a person now, even though I'm like very, very young and not like the wisest person on planet Earth, and bound to probably make like 1,000 fucking mistakes. It's to kind of document my thoughts and feelings and opinions on things, and kind of like keep that in mind. Like, oh, I've changed thoughts. I have new opinions on things, and it's also a place for me to come out and express myself and kind of be a little bit more of who I am, because I'm a very caged person. People put me in cages and they take spears and they start stabbing at me. And I'm like, oh, wacky. Awful gear. Thanks, Dark Souls.
Awful person.
I am an awful person. I got into Fortnite recently and I fuck.
It's just over past that.
It's just a fucking god. I'm not a fucking 8-year-old on the internet screaming about Fortnite every chance I get, but I do like the game. It's really fun.
Oh.
I don't pay a damn dime for it. That's the best part. But now I have to run all the way back through another one door because I was a dumbass and didn't. I mean, I have to run all the way back to the upper part of the church. God damn.
Well, I guess a little intro on myself.
League.
No. Those dark days are over.
Quote unquote over.
I still play from time to time. It's hard.
Time to time.
Every night. It's hard to leave.
Yeah. I understand that. I had a really bad Hearthstone addiction, and you know, I still have the app on my phone.
Had.
Yeah, that's why I said had. Did I not say had?
You meant have.
Oh, have.
Yeah.
I don't play it as often as you actually think. Granted, you know, I have a completely twinked out Q-Block deck with like Golden Gul'dan and, you know, all the pieces in Wild. I did make a little spin on it. I'm not some copy paste net decker who can't even, you know, change out a couple cards for, you know, kind of add a little bit of an edge to your deck. You know, I got that Golden Blood Reaver, but I'm not playing every minute of the day. Like I think I played like one game today, and it was just me queuing in against, what was it like? Was it Tempo Rogue? It was Tempo Rogue. It was Tempo Rogue. I hadn't seen Tempo Rogue in months. Because, you know, Kaliseth after the patches nerf, it was just like nobody really talked about it. You know, some people shot shit with the deck. It wasn't like, oh, everybody's playing Tempo Rogue like back when it was in, you know, Frozen Throne, or when, you know, Kobolds first came out. I didn't really play much during Kobolds. No, I'm not playing every day anymore. I'm not spending, you know, all those hours, you know, grinding it out, you know, in the high fucking ranks. I've still got a lot of knowledge. I keep with the meta, you know. I put a lot of time and effort and money and resources into that game, so, you know, it's not right to just put it down, in my eyes.
That's so much money.
A couple $100, I mean, it's fun. I definitely don't regret it.
I would.
I was able to play. I don't. I spent a lot of time having a lot of fun with the cards. What I did with the money, I bought, you know, all the skins in the packs. I pre-ordered a bunch. You know, I had a lot of fun cracking packs, doing arenas. You know, I don't regret it. It was definitely worth it.
Alright, well, back to the original. A little intro into myself.
Yeah, then just went into me talking about how much I love Hearthstone.
I like that, had a Hearthstone addiction. Quote unquote had.
Yo, we could keep twisting this and we could just keep talking about me and fueling my ego.
Yeah, I guess we should stop.
Talk about yourself, James.
Your ego is already fueled enough. Oh, sorry.
I won a 7th grade I won that contest in 7th grade. Remember, it was Class Clown, and then it was Chloe and I think was her name, Chloe, and I've had a god complex ever since.
Chloe Worth. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, I don't know if we should be slurring some people's last names because we're gonna say some offensive stuff, and we don't want those people getting backlash because they know us.
Yeah, but I don't know them well enough. I mean, wait a minute. Yes. I'm a good.
Mimi, good boy.
I'm a good greasy boy. I work in the kitchen. That's pretty much it.
He likes his zesty Pepe memes too. Don't forget that.
Yes, the zesty Pepe memes.
Get out of here, Aldrich. You're garbage. Never mind. I'll get out of here.
Get back here.
Should probably not be trying to kill Aldrich at level 41, but let's just go back to what I was doing and go back to soul farming.
Do it, you.
So talk about yourself, James. Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna going into college next year. Coming out of 4 years of hell. Pretty average.
Oh, that reminds me of a hot take.
Pretty average gamer. I don't game overly too much. The only game I'm actually good at is League. Yeah, I work in a kitchen. Going to college for the kitchen.
Cool. He goes to the kitchen college. He's gonna learn all these new wizard spells.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all I am.
Oh no, a witch. He's gonna be a witch.
Greasy boy.
A warlock. Or a little warlock. He's gonna be in his little hut, his little wooden hut. The big cauldron, and he's gonna be stirring his big wooden spoon. He's gonna be pouring dead rats into it. He's gonna be like, I'm brewing up a potion to destroy all my enemies. I'm an edgy boy. And he's got like Slipknot in the background. He's just sitting there, just nodding his head, just really fucking edgy. Just like, oof, that guy's like, that guy's.
Too bad you'll be living with me when this happens. So
that's gonna be fantastic.
It'll be easier to do the podcast then, though.
Yeah, it will, because we'll probably have a setup.
Yeah. New microphones and all that.
We'll just use the living room.
Yeah, we could do that. Or we could just both...
That's not for another year.
We could both just sit in our rooms and wall ourselves off from the rest of humanity, as usual.
I mean, it'd be interesting to have guest people on. It's just so good.
They're just...
At least in this part of the Dark Souls, in comparison to my other weapons.
They're just sitting out in the living room like, where are you guys? Like, oh, well... We don't like...
We got these big microphones, and we're talking about stuff nobody cares about. We're trying to pretend like we matter. Do you guys like edgy, self-deprecating humor that everybody else on this planet does? Profane's great, so it's pretty good. I don't know.
I guess
level 49. Okay, at level 40, 41, 49, 41. Wait, what the fucking level am I?
So this...
I'm level 52. I'm so stupid.
This podcast...
How did I not know that?
Literally just gonna be us talking about whatever we feel like at the time.
Yeah, today's just like a test run. We don't have really topics or anything lined up. We're just, shooting the shit on call. We're gonna try and make it a little bit more organized as we go along. Try to progress into a little bit more of well, not so much a formula, but an interesting style that you can identify. I kind of want to at least have I want to be, distinguishable from other people. I want people to think that we're just like another copy paste couple of edgelords on the internet who were like really narcissistic and have a cop-out excuse for starting a podcast.
That's not what we are.
No, it's not. And if we are, then stop right now.
Could have fooled me. Damn.
And your meta self-deprecating humor is not going to save us, James.
Damn it! I thought that was the key.
I mean, that's the key, but we can't get away with it. We're not big enough yet. Then we can turn into generic people and then sell out, and it'll be fantastic. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. If I sell out, I'm gonna tell you I'm selling out, and I'm gonna tell you, you buy my book. I heard a great man once say.
That man was himself. He thought it right after watching that one movie where the guy said it.
Everything's copy paste. There's no such thing as originality.
I'll give you
Very
originality.
rare.
I'll give you originality.
I'm good, little boy.
Did you wait? Oh, no, not now.
What?
My originality is not for the general audience's ears to hear.
Oh yes, this is a Christian podcast pubcast. Can't believe I fucking just said that. I'm gonna hurt myself.
It's very Christian.
Podcast. This is a Christian podcast.
It's a Christian pubcast.
We spread the pred. Fuck. Oh, that's awful. There's gonna be so many times when I slip up and say stupid shit. And I don't mean like, well, maybe some edgy shit, but like,
coming to you straight
I just
from...
slur in my speech. It's gonna be awful. I'm gonna have to start thinking about what I say.
Coming to you straight from the speech impediment classrooms.
Exactly. Well, I've been trapped in Florida, so come on, dude.
Your entire
Cut me some slack.
Your entire state is a speech impediment classroom.
You guys ever hear this meme called Dick Butt?
you ever hear of the meme? Florida, ain't that good? Florida,
Wacky.
The best state.
Yeah, it's so good.
He's a good meme.
I can't wait to come up north. If I do actually, because I talked to Brandon, right? I talked to Brendan and I talked to Freakland, and I was discussing to them, and I was like, "Yo, you guys, we should definitely get it going on this summer." And Declan was like, "Well, my mom might let you come stay with us for the summer." Christ. No, not Issa. That's Harrison's mom.
Oh yes, that is correct.
Yes, but Declan's mom is might let me stay, and Brandon said that his dad also might let me stay at his place, so I might go either or.
And I told you that my parents wouldn't let you stay at my place.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm the greatest. I'm the most helpful of us.
I mean, I'm happy they invited the idea. I just hope that if they do, or actually ask their parents, they say yes, because I don't stay anymore. So many people are like, "Oh my God, you are in Florida, the Sunshine State." No, it's awful. It's so goddamn hot. Everybody's so goddamn stupid or preppy and rich and snarky. And you might say, that's everywhere, but I've never seen a place so condensed with these two breeds of people. I mean, sure, there's intermediate, but I very, very rarely do I not see some just brainless. I don't mean to be condescending, but like, just I don't know. I don't like that. Like, I don't like how people are just so oblivious to some things.
I think it's hilarious.
I do too. I don't want to try and act like I'm smarter, because I'm very, very, by like a slim bit, I'm like somewhat more smart. Exactly, you can tell by my speech. But it's like, dude, you can't be this oblivious to just concepts and ideas and conversation. I'm being vague right now. I'm being very fucking vague. Regardless, I don't like here. It's hot. I don't like people in general. I think that's the best oversimplification of it. I just don't like people. I'm not a people person. Talking to people is horrible.
Understand.
So
that's why it's just me and you in a room.
You and I.
Me and you, not talking to anybody else.
Oh yeah. Alright, hang on a second. I'm gonna mute myself. You just ad-lib here while I go grab something.
Okay. You must know I'm not very good at this, though. Alright, well, yeah. I guess we'll just continue this without him for a second. This is mostly going to be us just talking about random crap that comes to mind, ranting on about stuff, you know, the usual. Sorry. Most of the time it's probably going to be like video game stuff, running maybe an hour.
Hot take. There's people need to stop. No, not hot take. People need to just stop. I'm fucking puking. Disgusting. Look, I don't have a problem with people who smoke pot, but we got our fucking window open, and the neighbor's fucking dog shit pot. Like, their rat, just disgusting dirt pot is so fucking foul. And, you know, I come into my room to go grab my wire for my controller, and I'm just smelling this nasty, rotten, just, it's like somebody took a shit on a dead corpse is what it smells like when I walk into my room. I'm just disturbed by it. Like, I've never smelled something so foul in my life. And it's constant, too. And I'm like, wow, I'd really like to open my window when I come home, because, you know, having the fan on all the time, you know, gets my family out, because they don't want you using all the electric. Because if I have the fan on, that means I have all the AC and all that stuff, apparently.
That's Florida.
And then, I mean, you know, the electric. You know what was weird when I first got here? Not a lot of people had AC in comparison to what it was like up north. Like,
Really?
you know, living in the Boston area for so long,
Well, yeah, because
you know, everybody had a fucking AC. Yeah, but it's like, why? But you would expect the hotter place to have more air conditioners.
Good.
I'm saying they don't. Lightning spear. Give me my shards. Like, for a solid 3 months, all the places I went to, nobody had a, you know, what is that shield? Well, that's still really heavy. 3 months. 3 months being in this terrible state, right? I had not found a single air conditioner, just fans. And I was so appalled by that. I was like, why this state, like, mind you, I come in the summer, so this is when there's no snowbirds, there's no, you know, big amounts of traffic.
There's
just
no
snow in Florida. It doesn't snow here or anything, but people it does get actually a tad bit chilly. And I say a tad bit chilly because it gets down to like the 50s. All the kids in my school like having a spaz attack. It's like, I left my house this morning and I saw my own breath, and I never thought I'd hear that come out of any person's mouth in my life.
Oh
because
my God!
You know
his own breath.
Yeah. It's like, what? What kind of complaint is that? That's just a description on how cold it is, smart guy. Yeah, it's... I don't know. To me, it sounds like... I mean, I get you're used to heat, but... Come on, dude, it gets cold sometimes. Like, don't be upset that it gets cold. It's cold for, like, 2 months of the year in Florida. I think the worst times it's cold is December and, like, February-ish. Which is weird, because, like, all of March, there wasn't that much... I wasn't waking up in cold and having cold mornings, but, like, this last week was just strangely a little more cold than usual. Usually I wear, like, sandals, pants, and, like, a nice shirt. Or, you know, I wear the same gray shirt, because, you know, I have, like, 3 of the same gray shirt, and I just always wear it, because it's... I don't know. I have a limited wardrobe here. I don't have like a massive wardrobe, but I left this morning and I had to take my jacket with me, and I looked really weird because I was wearing like a short sleeve shirt, long sleeve jeans, sandals, and then just like this really, really, really weird hoodie because my hoodie is from when I was living up north, so it was a little bit, a little bit more padding inside, a little bit of that cushion fluffiness. But being down here in Florida, it gets to like 50, and wearing that in the morning, I was just like totally toasty on the bus. Just went on it, slept through the ride, went to class the first 2 periods, and it was fine. But then carrying it around for the rest of the days, everybody's just like, "You need a jacket that big?" And I was like, "Look, I don't want to buy a new jacket. I'm sorry, I'm cheap. It gets the job done. Buying a lighter jacket just so I could wear it all day doesn't really appeal to me. I could just take just use my current jacket and take it off." I don't know. I'm a hipster of the sorts. People always look at me and they're like, "Fuck are you wearing?" Hang on one sec.
They're wearing like spring jackets in the wintertime. Those goddamn Floridians.
Something's coming in. One sec, James.
Something or someone?
Someone.
Is this in Dark Souls?
Sorry. Yeah, my sister was walking through. Usually when she walks through, she goes clomp, 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 and then goes and then makes really, really loud noises in the room over there, and then clomps out, and it's very obnoxious.
Sounds like a fun time. Too bad you're not in Maine. You know what would be happening in Maine. Kidding.
Oh, you're making the South joke, oh lol. Apparently, I already consumed the soul of a stray demon instead of grabbing Hobble's ring. I must be really, really dumb because I just fucked myself out of a really good ring.
It must be really.
Just have to wait till I get to the ring city and then I'll get Hobble's ring +3.
Dark Souls, by the way. That's what he's playing.
Oh yeah. Dank Souls Trice. Speaking of Spanish words, yeah.
iTunes wasn't talking anything about the Spanish.
No, speaking of, anyways, have you ever played GTA San Andreas?
I have not. I only played GTA.
You haven't?
No, I wasn't really into those third-person, like, first-person shooters.
That makes sense.
I've been more at, like, card games, MOBAs, grinding, like, EverQuest, World of Warcraft type games. But, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm into those, but I like GTA San Andreas because it was, like, one of the games I used to play a lot when I was younger. It was really fun. This was, like, before GTA 5 came out. I really, really hated 4, so I played a lot of San Andreas. That was pretty much like GTA 5, like before, modern, kind of treat GTA 5 as like a San Andreas revamp, but like, maps different,
Was it very good?
Maps different characters. Yeah. GTA San Andreas was really ahead of its time.
No,
like, if you look at San Andreas in comparison to 4, San Andreas has so many more features and, dynamics.
Well, I know the deal, can I get a cheeseburger, that thing there? That was in San Andreas, wasn't it?
I got the 2 number 9s, number 9 large, number 6 with extra dip, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese and a large soda.
Yeah, that one.
I think I got that right. I'm not sure, though. Hope I have.
Can I get a... I remember that one. What's his face did a thing on that?
Big Smoke.
No, the other one. The actor. He was doing video game lines.
I don't know. I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
Funny though. One of the actors. I forget what his name was, but he was doing like video game lines, and he did. Can I get a cheeseburger, number 45? You know that. I can't remember it. I'm a bit retarded.
That's a Aki. It just died. Fantastic.
It's the good.
As much as I love Ultra Great Swords, I hate stamina management. At least with these things. No, I'm gonna go switch to my main again. Try and screw around. I might go back into my because I went into like a caster class, so because I was a little bored, so I switched over to caster, and I'm already regretting it.
You like that?
Because I'm like level 206, and my trash character has all the decent spells, but in comparison, I'd rather kind of have like the armor. Like I had a whole full set of hobbles, and I was playing with that just fine. Then I switched out of it to do different build with like high amounts of faith and attunement, but now I'm just like, meh. Now I don't care about this armor, and I'm really weak. Like, what just happened now? Because I died somehow? How did I die? Outside of a boss arena? That's weird. Okay. I like New Game +5. So, let's talk about games. Particularly the games that we've been playing frequently. So, you said, you like games like EverQuest and, World of Warcraft.
So,
Obviously, we should talk about P99.
Yeah.
Want to talk about it a little bit? That's some really, really cool shit. So, if you don't know what we're talking about, essentially what it is, P99 is a recreate of how EverQuest, you see EverQuest now, you have like 1,000 dynamics and, all the crazy pay to win type stuff going on with the game. And P99 is like it's like in a world of its own is probably the best way to describe it. So they have I never even got the Frankie perimeter bonfire set up. Wow. Let's go do that now. New Game +5. So essentially, what it is it? Okay, so it's Velious and Kunai in Classic EverQuest, so the first two expansions, and it's an emulation of how the game used to be in 1999. So they don't have mounts, they don't have a lot of things that you would normally expect in these types of games. Fast traveling is actually an interesting dynamic that I personally love because of the way it's designed in this game. So how it works is there's two classes who can teleport to other continents. There's no other ways to get to other continents except through very, very long amounts of walking or a 45-minute boat ride. Which to some people that just sounds unappealing, and I would understand why.
Sounds completely appealing. I have no idea what you're talking about. I would love to go on a 45-minute boat ride in a video game.
Exactly. Do absolutely nothing. Jokes aside. They have this thing called porting, and what it is they have a guild. I'm a part of it. It's called Dial-a-Port, and what you can do is you do a /who all dial, and these people will like show up out of the blue, come and be like, "Hey, where do you want to go?" They'll pick you up. They'll teleport you. If they're a druid, they'll heal you. If they're a wizard, they'll kind of just teleport you and then do nothing. That's why you typically want to get a port off a druid, unless you're forced to take a wizard port.
Real shit port. That's what the wizards give you.
No, the wizards have slightly better ports, but the thing about wizards, they might have better ports, but, would you rather get a slightly better port or like a speed buff an HP buff, and like a heal, and maybe an invis as well. I'm not saying Wiz can't invis, but all this other helpful stuff that druids can do on top of what you're already paying for. It feels like more of a bang for your buck.
Hell yeah.
But I'm a druid. I'm level 46. I bought, I saved up all my money doing my Lumi staff, which is like, the strategies in this game are really dated and kind of a little broken from the sounds of it. Maybe not so much to nowadays, but in this game, taking on 4 mobs at a time, and then ripping spells infinitely, which actually, believe it or not, I consider it to be balanced, which sounds odd because it's infinitely ripping spells. But the casting time on the staff is about 10 seconds. 10 seconds is really, really long time, and in this game, and that's more than enough time. Even if you hit your enemies with like a slow buff, they'll still have enough time to come up and whack you and stop you from casting, because you can't move when you cast. So the game's like dated. It has a lot of interesting dynamics to it. There's raiding, there's bosses, dungeons that you could crawl. We pretty much play a lot of it. I have 46 Bard and a level 10 Necromancer that I've been saving up. Level 46 Druid, my bad. I was thinking Bard because I was about to segue into you.
Oh yes, that is me. I am in no guilds. I'm a Bard. I'm a piece of shit. I only play Bard ever. That's
the thing about... If you don't understand what's going on, Bard is essentially like the most OP class in the game because it could do almost everything except teleport and set its own bind. And binding is just when you die, it's just the place where you spawn when you die.
I thought that I could set my own bind.
No, you can't.
With one of the... Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, no, I'm thinking...
I think there's like a ring that might do it, but that ring was nerfed.
I'm thinking of my shaman.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what I do. I play mostly Bard because I want to grind them up to high levels.
Get some raiding done and then probably get some cool stuff, I would assume. If I regret going caster, I'm gonna go fix that mistake right now.
Boom! I hate these. I'm playing Hearthstone, by the way, right now. In case those were... I'm playing the goods. Give me the goods.
Just farming up some Pale Knights with the Pale Tongues. I'm gonna farm a couple of those up, and then I'm gonna go farm up some other things.
A classic. The Pale Tongues. Alright, well, so, yeah, EverQuest is a pretty sick game. The only problem I see with it is that you can't just download it from somewhere. You have to get it from some place.
Either that or you have to pay money for it. My cousin already had a digital copy for it for us, so he just gave us his copy, because he had already paid money for it. So.
A classic.
But it's a fun game. Classic. It's an interesting feel. You have a lot of I don't know how much more to describe it. It's just
how much more to jerk it off.
Yeah, how much more can we jerk it off? It's really just...
I guess the problems with it would be it constantly stops responding, though it's only like what it does.
That's just normal for the game to just stop. Just be that.
It usually does it when you first log on and when you cross zone lines. So.
I'm going to point this out now, and I feel really, really bad for pointing this out. But we have like a lot of dead space in between our like words and conversations and just sentences in general.
That's just because
there's a like 5-10 seconds silence.
We're giving our audience time to think.
Not really.
Don't put me down.
Look, it's not something that we should be really concerned about because on day one, because this is like our first podcast pilot, we're just getting on here, kind of killing a little bit of the stage fright. And also, we're at like an awkward spot right now.
We don't have like a list of something to talk about. I guess we could go on and talk about your Fortnite addiction. Hold an intervention real quick.
Hold an intervention, lol.
You think I'm kidding?
What is there to intervene in? Game's good.
Oh, jeez.
It's free! Who gives a shit if I play it? It's free, it's not even paid.
Until you start asking people to give you the $10 to buy a battle pass. By the way,
No.
Kickstarter campaign, Chauncey needs $10 to buy a battle pass, PlayStation Network.
That was a joke.
I know.
Wait, people are actually taking that seriously?
No, not really. I could care less what you ask me.
Oh. So I get in there and I'm like, hey everybody, you should get this game and you should pay money for it. And that's a little bit of me basing that off of the joke that there were some idiots in my class who were making fun of me because I didn't pay for the battle pass in Fortnite, which seems really fucking weird that people are doing that. Completely lost upon me, but I think it's something that's like, you're not a real Fortnite fan because, you know, you don't pay money for this game and, you know, you don't support it.
You gotta tell them.
I'm playing it and giving it attention.
You gotta tell them, hey, I'll buy the battle pass if you give me the money.
I would, but I'm broke, so that's why I'm not gonna be...
You tell them to give you the money for the battle pass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I've won a couple games. People are like, well, you didn't even pay for the battle pass. It's like, what the fuck does that have anything to do with me winning at the game, you fucking mug?
You should ask them if they've paid for EverQuest. No?
I don't know. That joke would be lost upon them.
What is EverQuest? Well...
What's an EverQuest?
You're in for a new one today, boy.
Small lad, small child.
Small boy. Stanky boy.
So you want to bully some people on Twitter?
Hell yeah, give me a name. I'll Despacito.
My name is... this is Sir Dingus Vivo.
Sir Dingus Vivo? What a faggot. Dumb name. Is that you?
You know, you just hit me real hard. I thought we were friends. Look, I thought you were going to come here and, you know, be a little goofy, be a little silly, but no, you had to hit it. Go home with that.
Go straight for the attack. If it counts for anything, I was just joking.
You hurt my feelings, James. I'm telling the gamer police on you.
I'm telling the Instagram police.
I'm actually going to keep my build the way it is for the time being because I'm trying to kill things, and this build's actually pretty decent at killing things like fast and farming, but I don't think it's necessarily good for boss fights. I don't know, I'll keep it the way it is for now. I have a pale tongue, I just want to farm up
don't do it, Chauncey.
Embers. I think we're going to close this up because I got to pack up my stuff because I'm leaving tomorrow.
Oh yes, to the beach.
Yeah, just to get about time.
In Florida.
Beach in
Florida.
And stuff.
The beach in Florida.
Yeah, did you know Florida has beaches?
I forgot how far away the beaches in Florida were.
I don't know, you're all up there in the cold.
The cold. Oh, brr.
Farum was a God of War? Somebody say God of War? That's a good anime.
It's a good game.
So James, real quick, before we leave, do you mind buying me a battle pass?
Asking me questions like that make me want to educate you.
I will rebirth myself. Fuck faith builds. Christ. Get my Vicar back to 50. Endurance back to 40.
Don't do it, Chauncey. It's a trap.
Get my Vitality back to
Just like you on the weekend.
55. Get my Strength back to 60. Get my Dex back up to 55. Thank you.
No, thank you.
I've been fixed. Alright, now let's see. So let's double check to make sure the problem's been solved.
Problem.
Where is it? Because I'm not playing caster anymore. Ooh. Curved Exile, Great Sword plus 10. Yes. Beautiful. And we'll put back on the Hobbles armor. Yeah, that's.
The problem will never be solved. It's always there waiting for you.
Problem's been solved. I feel like a big boy.
You shouldn't. Nobody should.
Alright, and I think that's it for this episode of the podcast. Next week we're going to try, or not next week, because we can't say week. Next time we do this, we will try to be a little bit more, how do you say, formal?
We should have.
Would it be formal?
We should have Harrison in here too, so it'll be more.
Yeah, a little bit more constructive. Yeah, we gotta make sure we plan the next one out. Like, we tried to this for time, but kind of kicked the plans aside towards the end because I was just. It was getting too political to the point where it was just going to be boring, but it was boring anyways.
It's not like it'll be any better next time.
I don't know, we're not looking to be like the best around or anything.
It probably won't be political, but it'll be.
Yeah, I don't really want to go the political route. I just want to shoot the shit and have fun whenever I can.
It'll be more fun next time. We'll find a time. It might be next week. We'll try and make this weekly, if not bi-weekly, if not monthly. You know, the deal.
I like the idea of bi-weekly.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Weekly is just... Bi-weekly is not... I mean, yeah, bi-weekly is too good for me. And when I say too... Well, no, actually, it's probably the wrong wording. It's so late, I'm not even seeing straight.
It's not
We'll try and get this a little nicer next time. A little bit more smooth, a little bit more constructed. A little bit more substance going on here, because we're just going...
What should we do next? I don't know.
Well, that's it. Just close out, end the recording.
You want me to close it out now? Alright, well, I guess here it is. See you later, guys.
Peace out.
Sayonara.